Okay, I am sorry about that, you guys. I hope you didn't leave. I'm back on the live stream. Hopefully, it came to the same place. I just shared the video that I'm going to go over now. Let me share my screen. I'll try not to click the wrong buttons. My eyesight, you guys.
First AI agents that natively collaborate.
I decided to take a walk today and bring you guys with me. Maybe so it's not so boring sitting in one spot doing a talk. I want to go that route at least. This is, I'll just let you see a little bit of it. I learned that to be vulnerable. I learned to be vulnerable, and in our culture in the West, you're taught to be like Sigma Boy. You have to look like Sigma Boy. You have to earn and make a ton of money, and just your body has to be perfect. You need to be 6 feet something, and then you're looked, hey, that's good. You're ready to go. Hope you guys can hear it. And if you're a woman, nowadays it seems like you're lifted up in the movies I watch, and then listening to people talk, watching social media, some things there. It seems like in the West, at least, you need to be equal or higher than man nowadays. Have a job, be a CEO, work towards that, forget the family. And then seems like kind of a loose culture, like sleep around with as many men. It's just natural like that. And for me, if that kind of life, it just seems like God and that kind of life cannot work together. If you want to be okay, so you guys know a little bit about what I'm sharing there. Let me just see if I can get myself back in this thing. There we go. Okay, so leave a comment, you guys, and I'll get back to the comments. Let me just go over this video. And welcome back, you guys. I ended the live stream by accident, so sorry about that. I apologize. I really appreciate these comments. And so on Sundays, I want to go over the comments from videos. And if you guys leave a comment, I'll do my best to go over it. And if I know you're in the live stream, I'll see if I can find it. And Paulo, I know, is here, or was here, before I booted everyone out. Hope people find their way back in here. We had a good live stream going. Okay, so anyway, let me go back to the comments here. And I pinned this one by Richard Rain 2075. He said, this is the one I was talking about at the beginning of the live here. This is the American that's in California, I believe. He said, I'm getting on a plane tomorrow to join you in the Philippines, initially for vacation, but I'd be lying if I wasn't interested in a Filipino girlfriend or wife. I'm in the middle of divorce after 34 years. This is an American, you guys, from California. From what I can see, taking your time trying to fit in with the culture before looking for love. I just want some peace in living in California with the constant drumbeat that I, as white, make. I am the source of suffering for everyone around me. That is such a great way to put it. That's what we feel like. A lot of us feel like that. It's because it's a constant drumbeat. It's the narrative everywhere, in the schools, in the news, in the colleges, well, schools, news, even the political narrative, social media. I, as white, I am the source of suffering for everyone around me. Being woke means destroying all that is sacred. Wow. That's why I wanted to read this comment. It's just apropos, so poetic and perfectly described. Thank you, Richard, and I wish you luck coming to the Philippines. And I think that's a good idea. That from what he sees, says taking your time trying to fit in with the culture before looking for love. Richard, I would just say pray about it. Pray and let God bring you the right person, attract the right person. I would just recommend visualizing the person, how they look, how they act, how they treat you, how happy you are when you're with them, and then someone that wants not just happiness, because there's happy days and days that are struggles, but someone that will go through those types of days with you, the good days and the bad, who will want to be with you for life. Just to be very careful, there's a lot of beautiful Filipinas, and just don't get tricked just by the looks alone, because just look at their heart. And that's my recommendation to you. And if you got God, you don't have a problem. If you're putting God first, then I'm sure you will meet the right person. And that's how I met my wife. I wasn't looking. It wasn't a good time for me, but I stepped out of the way and I let God bring my wife to me. It wasn't, I wanted that, but not at that time. But God said, this is the time. You got a great woman here. And you guys can grow together for your lifetime. 16 years later, I'm still in the Philippines with my wife. So I wish you the best, Richard. Thank you. Oh, there's Joey. And then Paulo. Paulo, if you're still here after kicking you out, if you're still here, I'm going to go over one of your comments. You left so many comments. I'm going to go over more than one, okay? So Joey is a long-term subscriber to the channel. He always leaves comments also. It's your greatest decision you made for marrying a good Filipino, Sir George. This is Joey Javier Agbenia. Sorry. We'll say Joey Javier. It's your greatest decision you made for marrying a good Filipino, Sir George. You've been blessed with children and a permanent resident. That's a good thing to be grateful. You're not regret your choice in living in our country. We have nations problems, but still community and family-oriented environment than any Western society that's fragmented now, and it's getting worse every day. Love your videos, Sir George. God bless you and have a nice day, sir. Thank you, Joey, so much. And Joey, yeah, you're right. I said in this exact video that I'm so grateful. I feel so blessed because I have a wonderful wife. I have 4 beautiful children. I'm here in the Philippines as a foreigner, but I'm a permanent resident. So I feel different than when I was visiting on a visitor's permit. I've had this permanent resident for a while now, and I really feel like part of the culture. I feel like I fit in. I'm part Filipino, part American. That's what I feel like. And most of the American is gone. I've just dumped all that garbage out, but I keep the best aspects of America that are in my heart. So I appreciate that. Let's go to Paulo. Paulo leaves amazing. You guys be the judge of Paulo's comments. Here's Paulo Asmenia. To carry one's cross is true love, a love that remains patient and kind in spite every provocation. Wow. What a comment. I totally agree with you. To carry one's cross is true love. The cross that we bear, to carry that. A love that remains patient and kind in spite of every provocation. And we get provocations from every angle. People poking us, culture narratives, always there. Always maybe there's times of struggle where we have to do things in this physical world for our family to survive, to be able to buy food, to make money in this world. And then we're tempted with many things. And in those temptations of our ego mind, when we're not paying attention or we're tired, it's very easy to get pulled away from God. And that's what I felt like in America. I felt like I had so many addictions that I could never get rid of when I was in America. But when I came to the Philippines, over the years that I've been here, they just fell away. Thankfully, encouraging me and inspiring me to make this YouTube channel for other people, Filipinos, Americans, people in the West, people around the globe, to watch, not me as like an example, but just my experiences that I want to share, not as a teacher or anything like that, but just as a human being, a simple person, a low key, humble person that just wants to share their experiences. And then you watch what's happening in the video and decide if it's right for you or if you agree or not. And I really appreciate the comments because that's what seems to be happening. And I see this in my mind. I'm always inspired by the comments and the things I learned. I said in my video, I think this last video or the one coming out tomorrow at 3 p.m., I think I said I want to be the stupidest person in the room. Because when I'm the stupidest person in the room, I don't think I know everything. And I can learn and really read and listen to the comment. Just like Paulo's here. I can really go deep into the comment and understand what Paulo means from his perspective as a Filipino the best I can. Okay, let's go to Paulo's next comment. I saw it here. Here it is. Paulo Osmeña again. As St. John of the Cross said, in the end, we'll be judged by how much we have loved. You guys see why I love Paulo here? Wonderful comment. Yes, St. John of the Cross did say, in the end, we'll be judged by how much we have loved. Because when we die, there's nothing but compassion, love that we've passed on. And that's what people will remember. They will remember something else, though. If you're a jerk and you treat people bad, they'll remember that about you. When they come to your funeral, maybe they come to your wake, to your funeral, they will, the people that come, if you're a real jerk, they're gonna be there, and they're just gonna remember that in their mind. But the thing that never dies, I think it doesn't die, is true love. Is love. And in some way, the ripple effects of the love that we will give to other people, I don't know if I'm the best at it, but I try my best. But the people that I see, my wife is like that. My kids are naturally like that. They give love. They, no matter what I do, if I make a mistake or I don't know, I slip or whatever, they have non-judgmental love, and they pass that love on, and that never dies. And it just, when I think of my wife, I always remember that. Also, her father, the video coming out tomorrow talks about her father and our relationship a little bit. I was very close to him, and he just had so much love. And he made many mistakes in his life. He also made many mistakes, but no matter what mistakes he made, he always never lost that he always thought about other people first. He was one of those people for sure that would give, if he didn't, because he didn't have money, but if he came across some money and someone needed it more than him, he would just give it. And then he would give the shirt off his back. You hear people say that. He really would do that. He demonstrated that so many times, this just in the years that I've known him. I met him after a few years being with my wife. And before he died, I believe I knew him 12 years. I was privileged enough to know him for 12 years. And he was one like that. Of course, God and Jesus, whatever religion you are, if it's a religion of love, not of attacking other people, it will most likely be a religion of love. But you don't need religion at all to have love in your heart and to follow God's love and the examples that are before us that we see every day, and people like Jesus Christ that left amazing examples and died on the cross for us. And God sent him down, his only son, so he would know what it would be like to live as a human and to go through the suffering we do. And very few of us go through that much suffering that Jesus went through. So anyway, I am happy for you. Let's read a few more comments here. One more from Paulo. Two more from Paulo. Let me see if Paulo's in the chat. I think Paulo's here. Okay, so anyway, let's read a few more from Paulo. Here's Paulo again, Paulo Asmenia. Of course, you make sense to us because you are speaking heart to heart. Love, speaking to love. Wow. Yeah, I think that's why Filipinos connect with my channel, because what I've learned here in the Philippines, I don't have to hide anymore. And it's not seen as a weakness. That's why I connect with Filipinos. And I think you guys can see truth. If someone's bullcrapping or telling from their heart, you guys will know. You guys will know. So that's an honor. Thank you, Paulo. Yeah. Most Filipinos that I've met, even if they're doing bad things, they have that heart, the heart of a Filipino. Some people don't show it, but when time of need, you'll see it. Your family that surrounds you, you'll see it. Paulo Asmini, I see true Christian love in your heart. God has blessed you so much. Thank you, Paulo. Thank you, Paulo. God bless you and your family too. Okay, Pinoy, Hawaii Farmer 8270. Thumbs up for you, brother. Your decision to raise your family in the Philippines is the right thing to do, specifically for your children. But I suggest you to bring them also to the U.S. after their graduation or when they reach adulthood. At least they will be resilient enough to stay away, and their mindset and attitude during the time will be Filipino family oriented. Yeah, that's a good suggestion. Maybe if they want to do that and it's safe. Right now it's not safe. And all the Filipinos and the Americans that are there that don't believe in the woke, even the people that believe in the woke, I wish you God's love. You're not my enemy. The woke people are not my enemy. Even you see me as an enemy. But all the people that are there, it's just suffering and feeling like they don't belong. I wish you God's peace, God's speed and safety. May you and your family be safe always and have God's abundance. Be showered with it. One more, Paulo. Sorry, buddy. I'm going to read. This is Paulo Esminia. This is him. The other one wasn't. The other video. So our entire self-worth lies in loving and doing God's will wherever he has placed us, whether in a low or high position. Wow. Yeah, I responded to all his comments. This is a great comment. Then I told universal law right there, my friend. God's law for a life of true happiness and contentment. Yeah. True, Paulo. Our entire self-worth lies in loving, doing God's will wherever he has placed us, whether in a low or high position. And you know what? That's what I learned from Filipinos in America. All the Filipinos I knew that worked as a nurse and they worked in other positions that weren't nursing. Even one person worked in the hospital, the psych facility, was a janitor for so many years. They all have that attitude, what you're just saying right there. They have God in their heart, and whatever. People will say high or low position. But for them, they're just doing God's work wherever they are. And I like that. Paulo Asmenia, love leads to peace and joy, which is true happiness. Praise be Jesus and Mama Mary. Praise be Jesus and Mama Mary. Thank you, Paulo. Thank you so much, Paulo. Appreciate everything you've shared here. Let me go over a few more comments, and then we'll get comments here from the video, and we'll get back to live stream comments. Leave a comment now, you guys, and I like to go over all your comments here and in the live stream. Okay, John Gavinolis, you have something right there. America is becoming a place I wouldn't recommend people coming to live in, at least right now. There is massive amount of disinformation and left-leaning push in the country. I am Filipino, by the way, born and bred, raised here. But yeah, you can feel it in the air. And I think it was a slow process to what is now. It's going to get much worse before it gets better. It ain't getting better, that's for sure. I was thinking about how I do moving to the Philippines, but it's still a thought. But I'm paying attention to things, and we'll see what happens. But I'm happy for you making a life in the Philippines. Hopefully, the country gives citizenship to those people whom have been living there for a long time. Obviously, with all the background checks and whatnot. But if you don't have a criminal background, people should be good. But yeah, anyway, Just my take on things. Sorry, off topic. Haha. Aloha. Yeah, I think he's in Hawaii, this Filipino that was born in America. I hope you can come to the Philippines, John. I know you're just thinking about it. Thank you for this comment. But I don't think I would be getting citizenship. I'm permanent resident, but it's very hard to get, as you probably know. You haven't been to the Philippines, I think, but it's very hard to get citizenship in the Philippines, and I love it that way. And you know what I mean, John? Coming from America is 25 million illegal immigrants under Biden were let across that border that they're trying to get out now. That's illegal innocence, not following any trail of paperwork. That's crazy. And that's why they're the big part of their problem is now. So thank you for the comment. Aloha. Okay, so that'll be that for that one. And let's go back to the comments on the channel. Oh, good. I got a bunch of comments. God bless you, sir. I grew up in New York. Yeah, Paulo. We saw that one already. And I've lived in the Philippines these past 20 years. Paulo from Manila. Thank you for all your comments, Paulo Esmenia. You got a couple links in there if you haven't seen these videos. No, that's not me. Yeah, the first one wasn't you that I read on another video, but those ones that I read, I'm sure are you. I too was a source of trouble to those around me until my Christianity and my wife made me a better person. Just like you, I've been happily married for 29 years. Wow. Wonderful, Paulo. Congratulations. Yeah, God has a way of steering us in the right direction, and all the temptations that we used to have for some of the problems we caused just fall away in God's time. Sometimes fast, sometimes takes many, many years. Here's Paulo again. To bear injuries is the touchstone of humility and of true virtue, said St. Francis de Sales. To bear injuries is the touchstone of humility and of true virtue. Wow. Yes. To bear injuries, to go through a lot of suffering, physical and internal, spiritual, physically, spiritually, psychologically. I think when you overcome that, when you go to the other side of those injuries, that's when the virtue comes. When you're able to work through the suffering, when you awaken to what the opposite of what you were doing before. Is that what it means to you, Paulo? That's what it means to me. You might have a different interpretation. St. Paul counsels. This is Paulo. It's Paulo here. Sorry, I should put these up. St. Paul counsels. In humility, let each esteem others better than themselves. Wow. Philippians 2:3. St. Paul counsels. In humility, let each esteem others better than themselves. Yes. Yes. Philippines, yeah. Philippines, I know what you mean. 2:3. Yes, yes. Yeah, we know what you mean. You're just in the Philippines, so you put Philippines there. We know what you mean. That's beautiful. That's so beautiful. In humility, let each esteem others better than themselves. Thank you. Thank you, Paulo. Great. That's a great one. Thank you for all this, Paulo. Okay, you guys, I want to share one more video that got a lot of comments this last week. So let me go back into my studio here. Okay, I found it. Let me before I share it, I'm just going to share the link, and this will be the last one. We're going to go over comments. You guys leave comments in the upcoming videos, and I will share every week. And if I know you're in the chat, I'll comment like I did with Paulo. If I can find your comment, probably I'll be able to find it. Let me just share this, and we'll just look at the video for a minute also. Okay, let me just leave the link to it. Okay, so there's a link to this video that I'm going to go over right now. And it's called Filipinos in America just confirmed my biggest fear about the West. And what I basically talk about is after 15 years raising my four Filipino American kids in the Philippines, it's 16 years. Filipinos living in America, Canada, UK are flooding. My comments confirming what I've suspected all along, that the West isn't what most people back home think it is. And many who left decades ago have one heartbreaking regret about where they raised their children. I talk about that in this video. We won't watch it. We'll just go over the comments. There's 203 comments on this. I really appreciate this. And we have Gregory Masovuch, born U.S. citizen living in the Philippines. Have taken my Filipina to America many times to visit. She was always glad when we returned back to the Philippines near Tagaytay. So he lives near Tagaytay. Wow. Yeah, I totally get it, man. Thank you for leaving this comment, Gregory. I'm sure she's very happy to be back. I'm sure you are too. Um, this is an interesting comment. This one is by Joel Sunga, I think, 6205. I lived and worked in the U.S. for 15 years, but now I have kids. I came back for good to raise them. Philippines has less, but the quality of life is better. Wow. Well, I'm glad you're back here to raise them. That's a smart choice. And yeah, people will say the quality, there's less here. Like you can go to a big city or even a rural place in America, and you'll see the choices there compared to most places here in the Philippines. The quality of life is much better, especially in the provinces. Totally agree with you. Daniel Menya, next here. It depends on their financial situation and goals and dreams. We have the right to express your opinion. You have the right to express your opinion. Enjoy your life in the Philippines with your family. I grew up in the USA. My family and I assimilated in an outstanding American citizen. Assimilated an outstanding We are law-abiding citizens. We have our college degrees. We are hard workers and enjoy our lives. My cousins, aunts, and I are nurses here in the U.S. Some are teachers, engineers, IT, and accountants. I still have values and cultures that's Filipino American because my parents raised me to both be Filipino and American with God's blessings. My family and I are enjoying our American lives dreams. We will live in the USA for the rest of our lives with my immediate family along all of my mother's siblings and cousins. Thank you, Lord. Amen. Wow, what a blessed life. Daniel Menya. It does depend on their financial situation and goals and dreams. You have the right to express your opinion. Yeah, so they're very successful in America for it seems like a very many generations, and it seems like they raised their family right. But I think they didn't forget the Filipino values. Even you might have learned the American values, and a lot of the family might have been born there, and That's the values they know. I am 100% sure that your family raised you with the deeper Filipino cultures from the beginning and didn't forget those when you moved to the Philippines, Daniel. And I'm very happy to hear that you guys are very successful there, with education and with your jobs. You are very blessed. So God bless you, and may you continue to receive the blessings. And thank you for watching the video and taking the time to leave such a detailed comment. Let's go to the next comment. Ted Bahol. Not Bahol. I mean, Bahol, but Ted Bahol. So I assume you're in Bahol there, Ted. Best move I ever made moving here in 2022. Daughter's now 11 years old and her future is bright here. Wow. So I'm assuming your daughter, I'm not sure, but she might have been in America with you, and you probably have a Filipino wife, and maybe she's helping you raise your 11-year-old here. So you've been here 4 years, around 4 years. Let me look at your picture from your channel, Ted. Let's make it bigger. I think you guys can see this. Hope you don't mind, Ted. Journeys on Bahal. Wow, 789 videos. So yeah, I'll have to watch your videos, Ted. I'm going to subscribe to your channel. Looking forward to watching your videos. I'm sure I'll learn a lot more about you. I see a little baby there with your Filipina. So I'm not, it looks like your 11-year-old daughter might be in this picture is Phil Lamb. So yeah, part both of you, and you look like a beautiful couple with a beautiful daughter. So anyway, let me stop sharing and go back to the other. Okay, let me go back and start sharing again. Sorry about that. Go back to some comments. Okay. Let me share my screen again. All right. This is from Jessica Hayes. Kuya, I agree with you 100%. And you know what? If you leave comments you don't agree with me, maybe I'll read them too. You don't have to agree with me, but I'm glad 99% of the people agree with me. That's wonderful. But you don't have to. Let me just love this. The America that many Filipinos knew from the 70s through the 90s is gone. The America that many Filipinos knew from the 70s through the 90s is gone. Something shifted. It was very apparent in the 90s. I started seeing things that didn't sit well with me, and I started warning other Americans. All they did was laugh at me and dismiss me. Wow, I really get you. I really get you because I was there too. Look where we are now, 25 years later. America lost itself when we took God out of the classrooms. Wow. You sound like me from my videos. Wow, this is so great, Jessica. We took away pride of country by removing the Pledge of Allegiance. I am an eternal student of history, and looking back, which, by the way, not too many Americans do despite the availability at their fingertips, looking back, it was very clear. Very slow drip of removing things that made America great. They took the gold back dollar away in 1971, and since then it's one recession after another. Signs of manipulation and endless money printing, but people still don't see it. I think Nixon did that. He took the gold out. Nixon or Eisenhower, one of those ones. Not Eisenhower. It was Nixon or Ford. I think it was Nixon, though. When I arrived in America as a sixth grader, I was given an entrance exam to see how far behind I was because I came from a third world country. Wow, that's what they will think about Philippines. Yeah, isn't that true? That's so sad. The school principal warned me and my parents that may need to push me back 2 to 3 years, back to the third grade. I took the exam. I finished in less than 10 minutes and I aced it. They were shocked. They wanted to move me to the ninth grade, but my parents decided for me to remain in sixth grade where I was. Wow, that's so awesome, Jessica. You taught them a lesson for sure. Even back then, Americans' education system was bad. It's so apparent that even those educated leftists, is what I like to call them, are educated only on paper. And this was done on purpose for me to move forward with their agenda. People are complacent, too comfortable with handouts, and that's part of the control. I can go back on and on, Kuya, but America's been gone even before I arrived. May God continue to bless you and your family, Kuya. Ingat po. Salamat kayo. Salamat po. Salamat, Jessica. This is outstanding. And I know you watch some of my videos. I've seen some of your comments. And this is exactly what I say on the comparison, the Filipino school system compared to America, how the Philippines has the pledge. You guys have your pledge. And you guys recite that. And it's your national, but you also have your local in the barangay, not the barangay, the local municipality that you live in. And you guys learn that. And then you guys recite it. So it's in your brain, it's in your thoughts, and it's in the voice, and it becomes one with you because that's how God works. We command things, and then God will answer our commands, good or bad. And then the Filipinos not only do that, they learn the mom. What is it? BR, what's the one? Or GRMC? What you guys learn in school? GRMC. Yeah. Huh? GRMC, right? GMRC. Yeah, I always get it. Sorry, guys. Yeah, good manners, right conduct. That's right. And you guys learn that, and it's very important because me being what Jessica's describing right now, living in that mess, and then having a daughter grow up in that situation before high school, but then coming to the Philippines, and then going to school here, and then when she was done, pretty much complete high school, she went back to America, went to college, and she did very well. But I saw both aspects of it, just like Jessica describes. I saw both aspects, and there's no comparison. So when people describe, it makes me cringe when I hear Philippines is a third world country and the school system. Most Americans will say that. Even Filipinos that don't know, they don't know. They haven't been to America, and they will just repeat the narrative that they hear. They don't think about it. They repeat the narrative. The Philippines is a third world country. The school systems are terrible and tragic, and you need to go to an American school. And what do I say in my videos? Not true. It's not true at all. It's a better school system. That's why all of my kids go to school here. And public or private, the school systems are way better than what America offers. And just like Jessica, they said she's from third world. They're going to push her back. And when she took the test, because of the what's placed deep inside of Filipinos, what's put inside your character from a young age. When you went to America, you blew it away because how you what you did in the school system here and how you're pushed by your teachers and your parents to do well and to have values and ethics and then study because you have so much homework on important things that you learn, um, especially about the ethics. When you went to America, it doesn't surprise me at all that you did that. Thank you for your detail. I will make a video about this. I have a couple of videos to make about what people said. Thank you, Jessica. Jessica Hayes. Salamat po. I'm going to screenshot this right now. I'm going to put down my mic so I can make a video about this. It will be an upcoming video. And there's also a woman in Georgia that doesn't want me really to mention her name. She emailed me and she left me comments, and I will make a video about what she says also. So let me put this down for a minute so I can screenshot Jessica's comment. And I want to screenshot. want to screenshot the video it's from. You guys probably can't hear me this far away. Okay. So you guys saw me screenshot. Okay, you saw me screenshot. There. Okay, Jessica, got it. You nailed it. That's an amazing comment. Okay, here's Todd 2112. He leaves comments every once in a while. He watches videos also. And I know some of you that are here that have been in the chat today before I disconnected it have also left comments on other videos, been a subscribers for a long time. But I'm going to read this one from Todd 212 right now. Hey George, it's me, Todd. I'm here in Mom Condaba, sorry. And I've been in the Philippines now 3 months. Mom, how do you say that? Condaba? Okay. Okay, and I have been in the Philippines. I've been in the Philippines now 3 months, and I've never been so happy to wake up every morning smelling the fresh air, hear the tricycles go by, looking at the fish ponds, and enjoying a normal, simple lifestyle. Life is going to throw at you whatever it has, but here in the Philippines, they do it with a smile. I mean, everything is done with a smile. Happy in the States. Happy in the States. Everyone is angry. With a smile. Happy. Everyone in the States, everyone is angry. Everyone is selfish. You can live next door to a neighbor for years and don't even know their first name. Where I'm at. Yeah, I'm sorry that happened to you, Todd. I had the same situation, but not everybody's like that. But I agree with you. It's many people that you come across daily are like that. They're miserable. This is the life I chose. This is the life I dreamt of. You can't get it nowhere else, only here. And I'm glad I chose the Philippines to be my final resting place when that time comes. Because to me, the Philippines is like being close to God. Wow, you really get it, Todd. I can reach out and touch the clouds. You can smell the love in the air. Everyone's happy being busy or sitting around their families. I don't want to ever leave, and I'm not planning on. But George, I'm going to make a point to get out to visit you. Me and my Sawa, and that's enough for now. I'll talk. See you soon. Yeah, Todd. I hope to meet you. I hope you guys get out here. That would be great. That would be a great day. And I understand what you said. When I first came here to the Philippines, I felt exactly what you felt. I felt all those things. And you're right. That's all true. But what happened to me over the years is I met different kinds of people. Many Filipinos are very nice, and they're happy you're here, and they'll talk to you, and they'll be concerned about you, and you'll probably be concerned about them. But there's other Filipinos that aren't like that. They might not be happy you're here. They're not going to smile at you. Maybe they don't like foreigners. So I'm looking forward for you to be here maybe 2 or 3 years, and then see what you feel at that time. You're not going to lose the amazement, though. I think you might lose some of the amazement, but you'll still know that God is in the Philippines. I think you'll know that. But everybody's going to have their own experience. This is just mine, and I just like to be real. And not everyone is like that here in the Philippines, like happy. And there's good and bad people wherever you go. And it's not good and bad people, it's good and bad behaviors. But we're all God's children, so wish them the best. But I really appreciate this comment, and I really understand your feelings. And you've been here 3 months, and really, I remember that feeling that you're probably feeling, and how wonderful it is because you realize you made a good choice. That you don't have to hide your what they say conservative, whatever that is. You don't have to hide your love for a relationship, your love for a woman that has the same values as you: God, family, community, treating people with respect. The things that they learn here in the Philippines in school that we don't anymore. So thank you, Todd. I hope I meet you someday. Okay, let's go over one more comment and I'll go back to the chat. Let's see if we can find someone that disagrees. I'm looking for someone that disagrees. Come on, man. Wow, let's just read this one. I can't find a negative comment. Okay, so let's read this one. This is by James Lee, 9727, and then we'll get back to the stream chat. What happened to the United States and Canada is when you call something paradise or perfect. Let me love this. Sorry, you guys. I wish I can get to every comment. I read them, but I'll try my best, you guys. I'm just trying my best. What happens in the United States and Canada is when you call something paradise or perfect, it's unattainable because the country cannot sustain all the people going or moving there. Yeah, imagine all the people moving there and the 25 million illegal immigrants. Like back in the 60s and through the 80s, hospitals in the United States paid Filipino nurses to move to America and gave them free housing for 1 year. Yeah, I remember that. Now, when you graduate from a university in the United States with a nursing degree, you can't even get a job in the hospitals because they want nurse with experience. You have to work first at a nursing home. If you call something paradise, kiss it goodbye. Yeah, you're right, James. It's gone. That part of America is gone. It was gone a long time ago. And like someone said in other previous comments, it's probably going to get a lot worse before it gets better. But I think because God, in this world, you never know what's going to prevail in this world because we know it's like a war between good and evil. But God is always there, and just pray for the best. That's all. Pray for God's hand in all things. Okay, let's stop sharing now and get back to the. Okay, let's get back to the. Let's share the comments here. Give it a second to pop up. Okay, there we go. Okay. Spatula away. Welcome. Hello to you too. And then spatula away. I'm going to share these cross stream. You can see them on the right. There's other people that are farther down, but we'll get caught up. Direct your children onto the right path, and when they are older, they will not leave it. Proverbs 22:6. Thank you, spatula away. This is next comment. Direct your children onto the right path, and when they are older, they will not leave it. Wonderful. Proverbs 22:6. You see that in the Philippines. You see that in the Philippines. So amazing. I am not forsaken. I just saw your previous video, why you like to raise your children in the Philippines. I'm glad with your decision, seeing how messed up Minnesota and other democratic cities, countries. It's unreal. Yeah, you're right. I am not forsaken. I love your name, by the way. Your YouTube name. Yeah, you're right. In the sanctuary cities is what they call them, Minnesota and other democratic states. But it's also the conservative cities having wars of their own there. Texas, some of the other, I think Georgia, Alabama, they have their problems too, but I heard they're doing good. Florida has their problems, but they're mostly conservative still, I believe. But you're right on with that statement. You're right. Oh, you have another one here. I think ultimately America lost its faith and belief in God. Yes, you nailed it. It's insane. I'm not rich, but I'm happy to see logic and common sense still exist in my country. Yeah, so well put. Let's hope that will always be here, because I noticed in the cities there's some wokeness here in the Philippines with the younger people, but there's still a lot of young people that follow what's taught and their faith and belief in God and common sense. Let's pray it's always here in the Philippines. May the Philippines be the sanctuary city, the sanctuary nation for those around the globe. And may the Filipinos not lose their value as a citizen because others move here. May Filipinos always be able to build a house or buy a house if they wish, not be priced out by foreigners coming. because the Philippines is a sanctuary for many of us. Um, and may foreigners that are here think about those things. Um, I am not forsaken. Good luck, and I hope you and your family find the peace and sense of community you're all looking for. Yeah, thank you. I am forsaken. We've been here. I've been here 16 years. Been with my family for 15 years. Um, we have found it, and I believe I awakened here, and my addictions melted away. My addictions to anger and other things um, melted away here in the Philippines. It is my sanctuary. I internalize many of the values the Filipinos hold true, and they became my thoughts and my speech. And when I was repeating those things like affirmations and God's affirmations and Psalms, just affirmations that I do, um, being in a safe place, um, my heart changed. And Filipinos will say, "Well, maybe you're Filipino," and they're happy for me. I don't know what I am. I am what I am, but I know what I am. But what other people say I am, I don't know. It's not. I'm grateful for that, but it's not my concern because people will see you good and bad. But the love that I spread in my life, within my family and my community, the love I leave before I die, that's the most important. And if Filipinos say I'm doing good, it makes me happy. But I look towards God, and God's laws is not the laws of the land here. Um, God's laws are different, right? Your country, yeah, not the nation, the country of the Philippines. But I follow all the laws of the Philippines. I don't want to get in any trouble, and I follow God's laws as the best I can. By the way, I gave you a sub. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. I am not forsaken. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that. I'm so grateful that you did that. Let me look at your. Let me look at your. Let me go here. Give me a second here. I'm going to go back to my channel. Okay. Mom, just wait to see. I'll be done soon. Just when I'm doing a live stream, it's like, you're putting then it's like pressure, but I will. No, I don't want you to. I will take you. I don't want you to. Okay, I just want to. Okay, never mind. Okay, I was trying to go to your channel too, but I'll do that later maybe. Thank you for the sub. I really appreciate that. All right, next comment. I think I got everybody's comments. Mahatma Gandhi said that increase of material comfort, it may be generally laid down, does not in any way whatsoever conduce to moral behavior. Yes, that is so true. Mahatma Gandhi, I was remember when he was alive, amazing person. Increase of material comforts, it may be generally laid down, does not in any whatsoever conduce to moral growth. Yeah, it's not. I agree. It's not conducive to moral growth, or it doesn't equal moral growth, because actually, I would argue what Mahatma Gandhi said probably many times in many of his quotes. The more comfort we have is tends to be the farther away we'll stray from God. The more comfort we have will allow our ego to tempt us in so many ways. But being in abundance is not a bad thing. Abundance comes from God, I believe. Even money, people argue with me. Someone argued with me about that. and I'm not sure if it's a Filipino or a person from the West, um, said that no, money's not God. It was created by man. All the thoughts that create abundance by man comes from God. Our thoughts come from God. If we're aligned in God's values, then more of our thoughts will come from God, and good things will spread in the world. But when we have too many comforts, and especially when we don't believe in God, or in our I am statements, there's no God, and we don't believe we're part of that God has made us in his own image. Um, and Jesus Christ is proof of that. Um, we will go astray. And Mahatma Gandhi is not a Christian. He's not. You don't have to be a Christian. People will say you have to be a Christian or you're going to hell or whatever. But you can discover and wake up to be aligned in God, in God's abundance, and in the values of God, in the, what is the word I'm looking for? In the divine universe. We are all part of that. And that is not God. Jesus never said he was Christian. So people will fight me to the end with that, but you don't have to fight me. Mahatma Gandhi spread wonders around the world because he was connected, he was aligned with God. And in many different cultures, people that will wake up and spread love in the world are aligned with God. So I don't want to preach here. Let me just move on because I'll go off on a tangent. He also said that there's no such thing as Western civilization, but there is a modern civilization which is purely material. Wow. He also, so yeah, he understood that because he was aligned. He was aligned with the divine universe. And when you're aligned with the divine universe, you realize these deeper notions. It is purely material, but there is a modern civilization which is purely material. So what are you saying with Paulo? What is your take from that? He also said there's no such thing as Westerns, but there is a modern civilization which is purely material. Yes, he can see that. He saw things. He saw those things. There's people that lived during Jesus Christ times and before Jesus Christ that predicted things that would happen even today and in the future, that there would be a godless nations around the world. There would be no God in those nations. Those were already foreseen even before Christ. How do those people see that? They were aligned. They were aligned with the divine universe. They were one with they were one with divine wisdom. I always have to stop and just let it flow into me. That's why sometimes when I make videos, I have long pauses and to make my points, but I'm not so good at it. I just do my best. Wow, that's Paulo. That's amazing what you're saying. Yeah. There's people that will write off these people because they're not Christian. They will write off these truths. Okay, there's more comments. Wow. I'm going to hide the chat for a minute, you guys, because I can't get to the new comments for some reason, but I see them there on my screen. Let me hide the chat overlay and see. Paulo said, we'll just show them here. We need to be more like the Philippines, retaining the spiritual values. Yes. That's why the people that come here for not chasing the woman, they might start chasing the woman, but they find themselves unhappy with the thought of going back. And it's not an emotional thing. It's like their soul is dead. They might wake up to becoming aligned with God and wake up here in the Philippines because it might be a calling for them too. But many of us are called by God to come to the Philippines, and we don't even know it until later, until it's too late, until the Philippines has hooked us. Wow, there's so many comments that aren't showing, so it's I'll just read it from my phone. Okay, you guys, I see the comments. I see you. Okay, that's it. I went over all the comments. That's awesome. So, you guys, I think that's going to be it for this live. It was supposed to be 1 hour, and here we are, an hour and 35 minutes. So, we nailed it, Paulo. We nailed it, buddy. Thank you for being here. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. And every Sunday, we'll go over the comments from the videos and go over comments that you guys leave here on the live stream. Thank you, and God bless you, and we'll see you next time. I need to take my wife up the street, okay? I want to do that, okay? So we'll say bye for now, and I have a video coming out tomorrow at 3 p.m. Manila time. A new video coming out tomorrow at 3 p.m. Manila time. I hope that you will watch it. I'd be honored if you do. Bye for now, and God bless you and your families.